Hello, and a warm welcome to Reddit Echo.
There are things that challenge our understanding of reality, events that defy logic, leaving behind only a chilling sense of bewilderment. Today, I'm going to tell you a story that happened to me 4 years ago. A story about one day when time broke, and I still can't find an explanation for it. It was my day off. Those rare, precious days when you can allow yourself to sleep in. I woke up to sunlight already piercing through the blinds. I stretched, turned over, and looked at the alarm clock on my nightstand. I clearly saw the red LED digits, 10:21. Why do I remember it so clearly 4 years later? You'll understand in a moment. Reluctantly, I got out of bed. The day began with the usual morning rituals, a trip to the bathroom, washing my face, brushing my teeth leisurely as I studied my sleepy reflection in the mirror. I returned to the bedroom to get dressed, pulled on old jeans and a t-shirt. This entire procedure, from getting out of bed to being fully dressed, took me probably 15 minutes at least. I felt the passage of time. I was living it. That's when I picked up my phone from the dresser to check for notifications, and my eyes fell on the screen. The time on the phone was 10:25. 4 minutes? No way. I frowned. A thought flashed through my mind. I must have misread it. Just woke up. My eyes are blurry. To dispel the doubt, I looked back at the alarm clock, and my blood ran cold. Its display also showed 10:25. The rational part of my brain immediately offered an excuse. You were just groggy, mixed up the numbers. It was probably 10:15, and you read it as 10:21. I, albeit with internal resistance, accepted this version. With a quiet sigh, I shrugged and went downstairs to the kitchen to make breakfast. Downstairs, I turned on the computer, an old dear ritual to check email and news. Then I clicked the TV remote so there would be some background voices in the house. I took out a frying pan, cracked a couple of eggs. Then I remembered there was leftover rice from last night and decided to heat it up in the microwave. I approach the microwave, reach out to press the button, and my gaze freezes on the built-in clock. It showed 10:25. No, this can't be. This was no longer a coincidence. This was a pattern. I frantically pulled my phone out of my pocket. 10:25. The same moment in time. Panic began to slowly creep up my spine with icy chills. I just came down the stairs. I turned on the computer and the TV. I got food out of the fridge and put a pan on the stove. That required at least 5 to 7 minutes, and according to all the clocks around me, less than a minute had passed. It defied the fundamental laws of physics, the very feeling of the passage of time in my body. I needed proof that I wasn't going crazy. I decided to conduct an experiment. I stared at the microwave clock and began counting seconds out loud. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3. I was sure the clock was just broken and frozen. If it didn't flip to 10:26 within my 60 seconds, then I was right. But I wasn't right. Around the count of 20 Mississippi, the numbers on the display changed. 10:26. They were working. It's just, before that they had been showing 10:25 for an inexplicably long time. Confused, with a rising nausea from the lack of understanding, I finished making my breakfast on autopilot. Scrambled eggs, reheated rice. I took the plate and carried it to the computer, to my only anchor in this suddenly insane world. I sat down in the chair, and my eyes fell on the numbers in the lower right corner of the screen. And that's when my world completely collapsed. The time on the computer was 10:20. My breath caught. My hand instinctively reached for my pocket. The phone. I pulled it out with trembling fingers. Unlocked it. 10:20. This was a moment of pure, uncontrollable horror. Not fear of something tangible, but an all-consuming fear that the reality you've always known was unreliable, fragile as glass. I grabbed a notepad and pen that were always on the desk. Write everything down, I commanded myself. Every detail, every time. I opened the clock panel on the computer, the one with an analog clock face with a second hand. I stared at it, unblinking. The second hand moved smoothly, tick by tick. I watched it make a full circle. A minute passed. The numbers changed to 10:21. Another minute. 10:22. As long as I was watching, time flowed normally. It obeyed the laws of physics. But as soon as I looked away, I deliberately turned away to check my email, spending what felt like 2 minutes on it. Then I returned my gaze to the clock, and it showed 10:14. Later, after scrolling through a news feed for about 5 minutes, I looked again. It was 10:13, and after some more time back to 10:25. This went on for about an hour and a half of a crazy roller coaster. Time flowed normally under my watchful eye, but as soon as I loosened my control, it jumped backward, forward, and froze in place. It was torture for the mind. And then, it just stopped. The clock started ticking in sync again. Time stabilized. It has never happened again since that day. But the feeling remains. A feeling that out there, behind the thin veil of our daily lives, things are hidden that we are powerless to comprehend. And sometimes, just for a moment, that veil parts.
Don't want to lose this channel and always be up to date with new videos? Then make sure to subscribe. The story continues, and it's only getting more interesting.